I attempted to stream Halo Master Chief Collection for 24 hours straight to see how many achievements I could earn on a fresh game and failed miserably. What up homies, and welcome back to another video. Today we will be going over one of our first grand adventures moving forward. I bought the Halo Master Chief Collection on the Steam sale and thought it would be the perfect opportunity to set up a stream where I try to earn as many achievements as I possibly can. For those who don't know, Halo MCC is a collection of Halo games, from the first Halo all the way up to Halo 4, which is about 6-ish Halo games. You could assume I'm a huge Halo fan because on the Xbox I already had about 530 achievements out of the 700 total achievements. I made an announcement on the streams leading up to the event and on my Discord, so if you want to make sure you catch the next crazy challenge we pursue, my link tree is in the bio. Before I even think about loading up or installing the game, I wanted to make sure I had a plan. In fact, I created a Google Doc as a check sheet for all the Halo MCC achievements. I made sure I could easily cross one off when it's completed and sorted it by the most efficient route. The plan was long, but as simplified as possible. The plan was to start off with any achievement that could be earned in Forge or custom games, as these would take the least amount of time, because they're usually quick, like finding the skulls or Easter eggs hidden on the maps. Next, I broke down every Halo campaign by every level, and by the order we would come across each mission-specific achievement. The idea was to complete as many of these in one run to reduce the amount of times we would need to replay a level. I'm fully aware that some of the missions it's not possible to get every mission's achievement on the first playthrough. Some achievements contradict each other, like completing a blank mission without entering a vehicle, and completing the par time for the same mission. But if the average player were not going for some of these achievements, or at least made aware of them, they would need to complete each campaign roughly 5 times for every achievement on every level. My plan narrowed that down from 5 playthroughs to about 2 to 3 playthroughs. Lastly, we mapped out the multiplayer-only achievements as some filler if I ever got tired of the campaigns. I was already aware that we would not be getting 1,000 multiplayer wins along with the campaign playthroughs. Planning took roughly 6-ish hours over a couple weeks, but we can fast forward all the way up to 30 minutes before the stream started. I figured that it would be a good idea to ensure that Halo MCC was set up before going into the stream to avoid technical difficulties. Immediately upon startup, it asked me to log into my account. With me trying to rush through setup, I realized too late that I was being asked to log into my Microsoft account to connect my Xbox account to Steam. All 530 previously earned achievements were now popping up as being earned on Steam. On top of this, the game was displayed on the wrong monitor, and I'm sitting at my desk stunned and shaking, knowing that I just threw my original planning right out the window. At the very least, I could record my reaction to the fail and maybe make something fun out of it. Well, I couldn't even do that either, because Nvidia Shadowplay for once was recording the correct monitor instead of the game. So now it looks like I'm yelling "oh no" frantically at my desktop.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. Oh shoot.
With 2 minutes to spare before going live, we got the game displaying on the correct monitor, we got the game running well for stream, and subdued our meltdown. We went live with the mindset, although it's not a fresh start, a majority of the remaining achievements are very difficult to get, and it still may be fun to watch. Luckily, you guys were super understanding, and were able to adapt with me live, which was amazing to see. We started off strong by loading up the Master Chief Saga playlist. This playlist consists of every Halo campaign mission ever on Legendary, the hardest difficulty. I figured a playthrough of all the games would be a good place to start. So we're gonna start with that because if we go from the hardest to the easiest, I'll probably love myself a little bit by the end. We'll go with score. Okay. Missing content? What are you talking about? Oh!
Just say hello.
Oh my gosh, you really... Okay. Immediately, we're greeted by not having every Halo installed. We learned when we installed the game originally, it only installed 2 out of the 6 games, and we have to manually install the rest. 2 of them installed fairly quickly, but the remainder required me to restart the game. I didn't want to risk restarting the game so early in stream, so I thought I would do it later in the early hours when people may not be on. For now, we started by playing Halo Reach on Heroic just to get our bearings and warm back up. And I'm glad I did, because we were rusty and it showed. On top of this, I was playing on mouse and keyboard as opposed to controller, which I grew up on. We died quite a number of times and had a mediocre playthrough time of about 4.5 hours to complete the campaign. It didn't all go to waste though, as we managed to get some mission-specific achievements and the achievements for beating Halo Reach on normal and heroic. At this point, I realized that I have to search our career profile to know what achievements to go for and which ones we already have completed. We decided next that we would go for the achievement The Return of Meg. It was one of my last Halo 2 Easter egg achievements, and I quickly remembered why I left it for last. To earn the achievement, we need to activate a secret dialogue located in the last room of the mission, Cairo Station. To activate the dialogue, we need to use the Thunderstorm Skull, which is a modifier that makes every enemy 1 tier or rank higher than they normally would be. We need to play through the level and not get hit a single time. If we do, we need to restart from the last checkpoint. On the bright side, we can use other skulls to our advantage. So we turn on some skulls to give us an extremely strong weapon, increased explosive damage, and active camo. After a bunch of tries, we made it to the final room, and we were so excited we eliminated the enemies in the room so we could wait around without worrying about them shooting us. It was a great idea at first, but then after eliminating the room, the mission ended, because in the game's code, the mission prompt is ended by eliminating all the enemies in the final room. I was equally frustrated and motivated to do it again as we didn't earn the achievement. So we did it all over, and it actually went slower this time around. Upon reaching the end, we waited for the dialogue, but nothing seemed to have happened. I took a minute to look up a guide and realized that's when it hit me.
Bro.
I never turned on the Thunderstorm Skull, wasting both of our runs regardless. After this, I decided it was best to switch gears to a different achievement. Next, we set our eyes on Starved for Shields, which requires us to beat a mission with only the Streaking Skull active. This skull constantly depletes our shield until we have no health, but eliminating an enemy causes us to regain shield. We load up the level outskirts and we break the bounds of the game and avoid as many enemies as possible. We make it through the rooftops and the beaches quite easily, but the tunnel highway we had to take our time due to the close quarters and the amount of enemies. Soon enough, we reached the end of the mission and unlocked Starved for Shields. After this, our homie Thoinks joined us, and if you don't know who he is, he's another amazing streamer. I highly suggest checking him out. His links will be in the description as well. And we stayed on Halo 2 and went for the next achievement, like Peanut Butter and Chocolate, which requires us to beat a mission with only the Master Blaster skull active. This skull makes it so one player has the ability to shoot, but no health, while the other player has twice the amount of health, but can only melee. We replayed the mission outskirts and had a blast exploring the rooftops and outside the map and Easter egg areas together.
What?
What the fuck is that? Is that a jackal out here?
Dude, that's our boy. Okay, I pull up.
He's crazy. What the? Behind you! I've never seen this before. What the fuck? We gotta go. What type of spawn is this? They're spawning through the building, bro. They're shooting me through the building.
And soon enough, we beat the mission for the achievement. This reignited my love for breaking the bounds of games, and we got a bit sidetracked with getting out of the campaign maps, old Easter eggs, and reminiscing older tricks to help us, like phasing through the Scarab Head, playing on classic graphics for clear geometry, and flying inside pelicans that go out of bounds.
Oh my god, you're savage. I'm in too. You pop again?
I'm back in.
You're in a T-pose for me. Then you could explore the map too.
Wait, I want to drive it.
I don't know if we can drive the Falcon. You could get crushed by. Oh. You just got sent.
This wasn't all a waste though, as Thoinks was teaching me and still is teaching me routes for Lasso. Lasso stands for Legendary All Skulls On. It's the toughest of the tough for any Halo player. Boasting a Lasso completion will send your enemies in shivers and your friends in envy. Next thing I knew, it was almost 3 AM, roughly 9 hours into the stream, and I decided now would be a good time to download the remaining Halo games so I could knock out some straightforward achievements on Spartan Ops. I stopped the stream to download and take a quick stretch. Next thing I knew, we woke up and it was 9 AM. That's right, we didn't even make it all 24 hours, and when I woke up, I knew I wasn't in the right spot to hop back into it and keep going for round 2. I was being quite hard on myself, and I remembered that there's always a way to make the best out of every situation. And this one is sharing the real experience we had.
Skip this whole first part.
Although presented smoothly from most content creators, content creation rarely goes smoothly. You need to be able to turn lemons into lemonade. Overall, we earned 10 achievements in 9 hours. I think if we started fresh, we would have earned roughly 250 achievements to 300 achievements in that same amount of time. For everyone that made it this far, thank you so much. Please check out the bio for my link tree if you want to talk on Discord and give me new video ideas or just say hi. Check out my other socials if you want to see the other content I make. And if you want to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe to make sure you see more of my content and so that others can find me easier.